SeriousTreebornFrog with another Dueling Book high rated ladder replay. It's going to be me, 1238, versus Dante Oof, 840. So they're going to be on Hero Beat, and we're going to be on Hero Frog. This opening hand is quite monster heavy, but it's not bad. I mean, it kind of is not great against Frog Hero because you only really have like a Compulse and then 4 monsters and a Miracle Fusion. Because the heavy usually doesn't do anything. But I mean, our hand isn't looking too amazing either. I mean, we have an upstart, so we get to see 2 more cards. So what do we Rhoda for here? Just Stratos and trade, or do we get Alias trade? Go for the Stratos. Oh, get the Prodigy. I mean, it makes some sense with the Malicious Edge, but I don't know. Then we use the upstart. Trade. Now we're just going to get Aliased, and we think, do we want a Battle Fader? Probably not. And that gets Compulse. I mean, that's fine. Still get to draw. We could have thought about setting the MST, but I think the goal was to just get the Treeborn Engrave. Like, whatever, we have heavy anyway. So I like that. Plus we have Fader, so we feel pretty safe. And we're going to have to answer this Ocean. Ideally. Heavy. So that heavy is awkward for sure. Probably could have thought about that like a bit more maybe. Because like that's obviously an interaction that we can expect when we heavy. And then like now what do we do with this Ocean? We have to tribute set a Caius or like Caius banish itself. Both those don't feel good. That being said, if it were between deal 1,000 your opponent or set a Caius, like when they're at 75, you're just gonna set it. In a perfect world, you get to save your Fader 1 extra turn, so setting the Caius makes some sense. But man, that's rough. And then they're gonna heavy. We're gonna dust shoot. We're gonna dust shoot anyway, to be honest. But they just slam the heavy, so chain it. They Ocean or they 0 attack our Caius. This is all fine. And you have 2D Prism, which we know. So if they set 1, we can MST it. If they set 2, awkward. And they do set 2, which is fine. Unifrog is not that cool because we're just dead. Could have thought about like, I don't know. That 1-for-1 is a draw for sure. I mean, we know they're set as D prison, so we can like, oh, this is interesting. Like, this ain't that bad to be honest. Get to bait out the D prison, attack the Seer, then main phase 2, get a soft lock. They e-call. Wow, that's a good draw too. So we slam the 0 here. Probably just gonna attack the Alias, and that's gonna play around Honest a little bit. It's 4,000 attack. They'll take 11. So we gotta find like a good spot to trade these zeros because we lose our dupe lock, and this is like game against heroes. Obviously, they could use like a Miracle Fusion to get rid of their 0, and then they'd have a game push. So we have to keep that into consideration. But aside from that, like that 1 card, they don't have many outs. And even if they Miracle Fusion us, our 0 will kill theirs. So like, it's not even game. They'd have to have Miracle Fusion plus a monster, and they're out of most of their monsters. So I'm feeling like we could probably just stall this for a while until we get some like uber aggression maybe. But at the same time, you could just like get it out of the way now, and then your dupes get some swaps, and maybe you just like defend with them. You know their monsters are low. I don't know. But anyway, I guess we decide to be passive here. That bouncing the swap might have been a blunder, to be honest. Or maybe just like getting the swap this turn. I feel like we could have set up a Rise of Lock to their back rows or something. So yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, the the way I'm playing, it seemed good at the time, but like we're giving our opponent a lot of time to get an answer to our cards, and we have two bombs in our hand. So I feel like at this point it could have been right to like trade the 0, main phase 2, set swap frog. I don't know. Our opponent knows our cards now, so anyway, it looks like we're playing the really slow game. At this point, we decide to put this in defense mode. I think that's to play around some potential like lines where they like get rid of the dupe block and then they attack it with honest for game because we're at 19. And if we don't plan on attacking, just shifting it to defense won't hurt. All right. So we're getting low on cards. We have to make a play eventually. And here's the turn we do it. I mean, why this turn? I'm not sure. Maybe it's because we have like junk miracle, but like our opponent has 5 back rows now. There was a game state where they were low on back row, and it could have been more efficient to do it then. But we choose now. See, I'm not sure. Because sure, we're going to bait out their back rows here, but like, I don't know if that feels right to me. I mean, this is a complicated game state that doesn't often come up in Yu-Gi-Oh! These games in Yu-Gi-Oh have a lot of like one of cards or like miracle fusions that just end games pretty quick. It's not often you get to see games where like you go to the bottom of your deck, and this was just one of them. And I think that's where you can show some skills as a player. And I don't know if I showed them in this game. Maybe it's something you'd have to talk about with other people to figure out. So here, obviously, we're activating their Hero Blast. I think that was a reason why I kind of wanted to get the zeros out of the way now, because I felt like they've only used one Hero Blast and one Gemini Spark, so like they could definitely answer the dupe block eventually. I don't know, but maybe we wanted them to. At the same time, I also didn't want to deck out. Like we still have to do a good amount of damage. Have we saw heavy like turn 1, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So now we're just gonna special this because our hand's too big and get some defense also. This is fine. And that Future Fusion's live, that's funny. Alright, double miracle is good. So here they're gonna kind of blunder. You can pulse this, which that's definitely wrong because now I'm just gonna special swap and go for black rose. Alright, now they kill the 200. That's good. In a world where they didn't have Gemini Spark, maybe we could have like Econ take their hero Black Rose or something. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, it's looking decent for us. Couldn't tell you who wins this game. It's been a bit since I played this game. So we're just going to swap attack. This is awkward because we discard Gorz. That's yikes. So they attack and we fader. Again, not doing the direct answer to the 0. Trying to find our way around it, you know? Are we going to go for a game push here? Looks like it. Alright. Looks like we're going for a game push. Could have slammed this miracle, but the thing was they hadn't used Mirror Force yet. They also haven't used a Bottomless. I'm thinking they're not on Bottomless in their deck because I saw 2 Compulse, but definitely think they're on Mirror Force. And I mean, this card is a D-Prison, so they had 1 D-Prison, 1 Mirror Force. I mean, looking over this game, they put the Mirror Force to the bottom of their deck, but we don't know that. So this is going to be a little rough. We attack with ours and we attack with theirs. Now they're at 1,000. We got a Miracle just to like stay alive. They trade. So we're gonna kill that. Summon Ryza, bounce their monster. Honest attack, we're at 8. But we know what our deck is. Okay, we won that game. That was an awesome game, but like, I mean, who cares? We won, right? But like, could we have played that better? I think I think that turn they had 2 back rows. We could have made some aggression then. To be honest, we gave our opponent a lot of time. It's a cool game. It's a game you could look over 100 times, and I bet 100 different players would have a hundred different lines of play that game. Anyway, our opponent's hand is again monster heavy. This is not what you want to see with Hero Beat, but I guess DD Crow and like Honest aren't really monsters. What would you do with this hand? I'd probably just set the cereal. Like, I'm surprised they don't like side it out against Monarchs. Like, it's quite weak. All right, and then our hand is it's all right. That's interesting. Go for the early Kais. This kind of like gets rid of any water shenanigans and puts a big body on board that they're gonna have to deal with. Oh, I don't know. I think there was also like a line where we could special the Prodigy, E-Call Stratos, pop their back row. I really don't know. So I guess we just E-Call this in the deck out a little. Like, it's not really giving your opponent that much info. I don't normally do this, but like when we have 2 E-Call or E-Call Road in hand, maybe that's a good time to do it. Sure. That's another thing we could have considered a bit longer. Future Fusion's not like super broken in Hero Beat. It's a pretty fair card in that deck, so I could have considered letting it resolve. But we don't. Gonna go aggro with Stratos. I wonder if we attack with Stratos or Kaius here. Yeah, that's fine. Man, this Kaius is putting in work. Alright, they finally draw their Alias. Really good turnaround for this hand. Like, kind of activates some pieces of the hand. You can kill the Stratos, have Honest for Kaius. We don't have Treeborn. Even if we did, they could Crow it. They have like a Compulse for 0. So here we're going to summon Alias Attack. I like this. It kind of baits out Honest, and we lose like a less valuable monster. So as a result, they're going to have to like... Honestly, I wonder if using the D prison there was better. Maybe not. I don't know. Alright, so we can't attack with Kaius because Honest... Okay. Wow, that brain control is stupid. We're just dead now. Yeah, we were like in the lead this whole game, but they just drew brain control and we're at 6K. So I guess that's game. That's annoying. Alright, look at these hands. A lot of Miracle Fusions. Opponent has no heroes this time. Our hand is very strong. It's another one of those hands like that's like, what's the play? Because like when you have 1-for-1 in Infernal Prodigy, you're committing a lot of cards to do your frog things, but like also you have no tribute monsters, so you could consider saving the 1-for-1 for the brain control to like brain their monster and then 1-for-1 sub tribute their monster. Also, I think we keep Malicious Fiend in deck, so like we can search that with Stratos for the brain control. I mean, so many lines with this hand. I think we would want to get the sub out while we can. And then maybe next turn we can get the Unifrog going. Pop some back rows. I like that. Alright, Stratos. Oh, and then we can 1-for-1. Yeah, I like this because that Prodigy was not that good here. And I mean, sure, we have to This sacrifices Stratos, but like it's not even like perfect in this matchup. Also, like sometimes they have super poly, which can really blow you out. So try not to commit the heroes maybe when you can. Let them at least use theirs. Okay, so immediate misplay. You, why are you setting bottomless against soft lock? Like this is just. I mean, sure we drew Unifrog, but we're still gonna summon it here. Oh, this just looks lights out, to be honest. Could have considered that last turn, by the way. That Miracle Fusion, I think we could have activated it last turn. I'm not sure why we didn't. Yeah. But opponent quits. Very chatty after game 2, and then they just quit. They don't even say GG. Not very nice, Dante. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys liked the video. Let me know what you think about Edison right now. I know the ribbit just happened when I'm recording this, but it might not go up for a while. What do you guys think the next best deck is? Personally, I think it's Hero Frogs for now, but like I'm seeing some hope for that Earth Fiend deck. I think it's kind of cool. Anyway, peace out, guys.